What's up guys, in this video I'm going to teach you and I'm going to show you how to create a sign up page in Django. It is something very simple and you are going to see that now. So what is the first thing that we have to do? First of all, we have to come to the global folder in which we have the settings.py, and here let me show you something. Here you can see this middleware and this auth. For now, this doesn't have to do anything with the thing that we are going to do now, but this contains all the logic behind users, behind login, behind changing a password, etc. So it will be useful for the next video. So what is the thing that we have to do? We have to come to the URLs, the global one, and here we have to create a new path in order to sign up, to create a sign up page. So for that, we are going to do this. But we are going to leave this without finishing, and we are going to call this sign up. And the next thing would be the view that we don't have created. And here we are going to set a name which is sign up. So what is the next thing that we have to do? We have to come to the views that in which we want to create the sign up. And now we want to create that here in this authentication folder. So we come here, but before creating a view, we have to create a form. So now we are going to create a form to sign up. We have to create a file called forms.py, and here we have to import something. So for example, we have to import from Django.contrib.auth, which was the package that I already showed you. Here you can import forms. And here from Django contrib auth forms, you can import, this one is very important, a user creation form. We are going to modify this one in order to display what we want to display. So for example, I think that this one will only ask you for a password and a username, but here we can put also an email, a first name, etc. So that is very useful. So the next thing that we have to do is to also import from Django contrib auth models, and here is the user model. So we are going to also import that. Now we are going to create a class in order to create a form. In order to create a form, you always have to create a class. So let's call this class use creation form, but now instead of this, modified. So here we are going to inherit from this one that we have here. So user creation form. And now we just have to do one thing, which is define an inner class. That is the class meta. And in this class, we have to say which model are we based on. So we are based on the model user. And here you have to now say the fields that you want this form to ask. So for example, we want to ask the username. We also want to ask the email. We also want to ask the first name. And we also want to ask the last name. If I'm not wrong, all these attributes that I'm putting here are in the user class. So for example, if we come here to the abstract user, this is very cool that you can see the code of Django. You have here, for example, date joined, is active, is staff, email, last name, first name. You have everything here, so you can check how the user model is created. So once we have this form created, the next thing that we have to do is to create that view that I told you before. So now we come to the views file. Remember that now we are in authentication. And in this file, the thing that we have to do is to also create a class. So we have to come here and name this sign up view. And the next thing is that we need to use the generic, which we have to import Django.views import generic, and here, since this is a generic view, this is a generic creation view, a generic create view. So now we have to say, hey, which form are we going to use in this sign up view? We are going to use the one we have already created, which is I forgot. So we have to go to the forms file, and now user creation form modified. So if we say that the form class is this class, so now if we want to establish the success URL, we have to create here an attribute core URL, and for this we have to also import another thing, which is from Django URLs import reverse lazy. So now we have to put the name that we set in the page in which we want to redirect this. So for example, if we say here reverse lazy and we come to the URLs, we can check if we found something. So for example, we haven't defined anything, we haven't defined yet any page. So let me check if, we haven't defined any page. So for now, we are going to leave that empty. So we were here in views, and for now we will leave here empty. But here, for example, if we create an index, we can put here index, but we will do that in another video. So the next thing that we have to set is to set the template name. So the template name is going to be equal to, and now we have to say, let's call this signup.txt, well, not txt, HTML, and now of course we have to create that signup HTML. So in this video we are not going to see in much detail how to create all the HTMLs and things, but you just have to know that you need let me come here, you are seeing the OBS here. So I have here this file which is a base HTML. Wow, I don't want this. This is a HTML, which is basically a file in which you have common things. So let me open this with the editor text and take the HTML code. So now we are going to take this, which is the common things that, well, all the common things that the HTML pages have. So now we are here in authentication going to create a template folder, templates, and inside here, here we are going to create a file called base HTML. We are going to copy all this, and inside this folder also we have to create the file signup.html. But before continuing, we have to come to the settings.py, and don't forget here that whenever you add a templates folder, you have to set it here. So let's import the library OS, and here we have to say OS path join, and we have to join the paths. Since we have here the base dir, the base directory, we can put here base dir, and now we have to put a string in which we have authentication /templates/ and that's it. So I think that now this has been added, and now we have to create this HTML file. In order to create it, it's very simple. First of all, you have to extend from the base HTML. Again, I will explain in more detail this in another video, but just know that with this, you are just putting all the code that you have here in this file. So as simple as that. And then we have to modify a block. So the block content, this means, let me also put the end of the block, end block. This means that this block that was created here, now we are going to put code inside here. So inside this code, we are just going to put a title, which is going to be sign up. And then we are going to create a form, and guess which form are we going to use? Of course, we are going to use the form that we just have created. But in order to create a form in Django, you always have to put this token, and the form, if the form is post, you always have to put this. But if it is not, you don't need to put it. So you always have to put this token, because this creates a special token, so the data can be encrypted correctly, something like that. So here we also have to send the form that we set it here in the view. So for example, here the form class. Now we are going to put here the form as p. What means this? That we are going to display the form as a paragraph. We can also do this in another way, which is as t. I guess it was as t, and this will display it as a table. But for now, let's do it as p. And the last thing that we have to do is to create a button, because the Django, the forms in Django don't create a button. They just put the inputs, but they don't create the button. So here we are going to put type submit, and here we are going to put sign up, and finally we are going to close the button. And that's it. I think that's everything. So let's open the terminal and let's see. Let me deactivate conda deactivate, and let's see if everything works. So now we put Python 3 manage py and run server, and let's hope that there are no errors. We have errors, and we have to come to the URLs because here we forgot to put the view. So in the URLs file of tutorial, we have to come here and we have to now import the views we have created here. And if we continue, we go and put here from authentication.views, I want you to import the view sign up view. And here, instead of this, we are going to put sign up view. And if we put this, now everything works. And let's check if we created that page correctly. This is okay because we haven't created any page yet. Instead, this is okay because we haven't created any page yet apart from the sign up. So now if we put sign up, we have a problem because it's saying that init takes one positional arguments but two were given. So I think I forgot here to put as view, and also we have to put here the template. No, we don't have to put that. So now if we update this, you can see that here you have now all the information. You saw that we have just put this, and it was just this, and this. And all this was created. And trust me, if we now put, for example, Kevin, email address, let's put Kevin a.s, first name Kevin, last name Kevin, password, I have to repeat it, so okay. So now if we press sign up, we have a problem because we haven't set a URL to redirect. But whatever. So if we now go to the admin page, let's go to the admin page. We have to check if we have created a user. And you can see here that, this is the super user, but this was the user that we just have created. The thing is that we don't have, there's not a page to redirect, and this is the error, which is nothing. So whenever we have a page to redirect, we are going to put it here, and that's it. So that was everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you understood how to create a sign up page. And if so, give it a like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next one.